It's the Off-Grid Prep Family Podcast.
It's episode 50 of the Off-Grid Prep Family Podcast.
Episode 50.
Last episode of 2022. Goodbye, 2022. Good riddance. It was fine for us. I mean,
It's really good, actually.
we didn't fall for any of the stuff, so it was fine for us.
Got a new kitchen.
Yeah, whatever. Today we're talking about prepping goals, off-grid goals, and a bunch of our viewers, listeners, followers, online friends
I haven't read these yet. I'm
have been sending us all of their goals, which is really fun and inspirational. And then we'll talk about our goals for the year, both realistic and pie in the sky dreams, which sometimes come true.
Those are important. You
Yeah.
need to have those.
So, shall we start out with a few of these that came to us on Instagram?
Sure.
I've got Southern Preppin' 47 said,
More time with God, more happiness, more preps, more stability, less stress, less health issues. I love it.
I think he hit them all. Or she. Drum life, get more prepared.
Yes.
That's also excellent advice.
Absolutely.
Oh, how about Messy Bun Mama?
Raise meat birds, get in shape, fence in current flocks, expand garden, learn to pressure can. Those are awesome.
Those are really
we had
good
those
goals.
last year or
Yeah.
the year before.
Great.
I still want to expand my garden.
Yeah, always, every single year, because our kids get bigger.
No, this is a good one. So don't learn to pressure can.
We've just, we're canning rebels.
So our friends who our friends who I will not say what culture they are.
Sect. Denomination.
Denomination-ish. They are infinitely wise. And they hold true to values culturally, all of them. And they don't pressure can because they are all, quote from our friend Mary, we were afraid of pressure canners.
Yeah.
And so they don't.
So they
And
just
if it's
don't.
Meat, doesn't matter. They
Broth,
don't pressure can.
Low acid.
And if any sect of human beings on the entire planet would know how to can, these are the people.
Yeah. They have literally thousands of jars of quartz down in their basement every single year.
So, folks, don't pressure can.
It's fine.
You have to do it for hours. There are specifics for different kinds of things.
Yes. If you want like specific recipes, you pick up an old canning book. You find somebody who doesn't use one, or Make on YouTube has like extensive interviews where she tries all this stuff out afterwards, and so she'll tell you the details. But anyways, we've been doing broth. It's fine.
But it is an important point.
Yeah.
Because pressure canning is all the rage, but when you start digging, it's like...
It's pretty trendy.
Super dangerous,
Yeah.
you know what it's like? It's like Instant Pots were.
It's like instant
And now I think generally most people understand that Instant Pots are garbage.
They're so slow.
They're so slow.
Who named them instant?
Yeah, well, the marketing department.
Yeah.
Dilbert.
Anyways.
More people should read Dilbert. I just realized, why aren't there more Dilbert memes on the internet?
Because
They had
people
a-
don't have like newspapers anymore.
Dilbert had a thing for, it was like the Far Side, but at Whittier.
I remember.
Yeah.
It was good.
Anyway.
We got time for one more before our first break. Jenny on the Ridge. Oh, I love her stuff. Hi,
Where's
Jenny.
Jenny on the Ridge?
Learning how to can.
Yep.
Organizing my preps.
Yeah.
And filling in where I need to. And start gardening.
That is so practical. I love it.
Hi, Jenny.
It's very on point.
I can't wait to see your reels about that.
Brilliant.
Okay. We have to take a 30-second break to talk about our friends and affiliates. If you want to support them and in doing so also support us a little bit, go to offgridprepfamily.com and go to our friends and affiliates page and just use that to start out when you shop. And that gives us a little, podcasts aren't free. So it's really nice to get a little gift from you and you get something for yourself. For example, you can get 15% off your first order of Thrive Life freeze-dried food by using the link on our friends page.
Thrive Life makes it easy to stock your shelves with really good stuff. It stays fresh forever. The vitamins and nutrients are locked in, so your food stays fresh. And it's really good stuff. Like, it's
High
top
quality. They
quality.
don't add a bunch of salt and sugar and stuff. It's just like
For a little
chicken.
while, we lived on Thrive Life.
We did?
Because the
Well,
grocery
not
stores
that
in
long.
our, let's say, winter-based Canadian town even in July.
They were bad.
The groceries were terrible, and we found that Thrive Life food actually tasted better than fresh stuff from the grocery store.
When we lived in the RV, we basically lived on Thrive Life because travel food was so expensive. We just like throw together an omelet in the morning, soup in the evening.
Yeah, there were no preservatives.
No,
it didn't make you sick. It was amazing.
Yeah.
Even when rehydrated, it was higher quality than fresh food.
So convenient. Yeah. The American chicken that they have in the can, it's better than anything we can buy here unless you grow it yourself.
And that like ground beef sausage thing and the eggs, right?
The eggs. If you buy our book, One Year Food, we even have conversions for every single one of our meals for the whole year. For if you don't have chickens or if it's winter and your chickens aren't laying enough, we include the amounts for freeze-dried eggs. And so that's really easy to just pick up a can or two of freeze-dried eggs. Then you never have to worry about getting those disgusting grocery store eggs.
Mm-hmm. We had to get new chickens this year.
We did. We got almost an entire new flock.
We did because our old flock was eaten by the hawk or the
and
eagles.
The eagle and the fox and the wolves and who knows what else. But it was like bang, bang, bang. Like they all disappeared. It was so fast that we didn't have time to like fence them in or put them in. It was just like, what do you mean there's no chickens?
Barely had time to ponder what was happening.
Yeah. And then there was 4.
Yeah.
And for a family our size, we need minimum 20 hens. Yeah. Minimum.
So we got 28 from 3 different places.
We had to drive everywhere.
We had to drive all over the damn island.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was ridiculous.
Crazy. Do we have time to talk about EMP Shield?
Sure.
Let's do one more. EMP Shield, you can get $50 off any unit. So if you order more than one, you get $50 off each, which is pretty epic. Mm-hmm. And it does a magical thing.
Protects against lightning, solar flares, and EMP pulses. Use the code OGPF, and you can get $50 off of any unit.
And when you think about what it's protecting, it's not very much.
It's not very much.
Okay, so going back to everyone's goals, do you want to switch back to our goals for a minute?
Sure.
And then we'll round up with as many.
I think they line up. I really feel like they line up.
As far as off-grid goals for us, we want to finish our house. We're nearly done, doors, trim.
Now, our house, it's year 6. We've got some friends out there that are on year 8 or 9, and they haven't moved in yet.
She's so patient.
It's amazing. I have just...
respect.
It's amazing. Anyway, we moved in when the walls were still plastic before we rendered concrete.
So, if you build a straw house...
It was terrible.
For a while there, it's just bales. Mm-hmm. And you can poly them and live in it, but it's not pleasant.
It's not livable.
No.
There was ice.
There's a lot of Benadryl happening.
Yeah, but it was either that or that tiny little cottage.
Yeah.
So we want to finish our house 100%. Which
just so that you're not looking at jobs.
Yeah.
We're getting the lumber milled. There's a lot of trees that were down in that hurricane, so there's wood to be had. It's just a matter of getting it up.
We want to increase our solar bank. I mean, more is better.
Every time we see those panels go on for $100 a panel, which happens, we've talked about that in previous episodes, we just buy 3 or 6.
Yeah.
Right now we're at 18.
Yep.
And they're the, 350 to 365 type of size?
265 to 285, yeah. I want to double the battery bank.
Yes.
We have like a 12 kilowatt hour battery bank. I want to double that. Triple that if I can. Lithium iron phosphate. Life PO4.
Yes. And there's no cobalt in that. If you heard that Joe Rogan episode and you're feeling guilty about your renewables, there's
lithium iron phosphate is very prevalent as a naturally occurring compound, particularly in North America.
And they dig it with machines, not slaves.
Yeah.
So that's nice.
It's like really easy to make them. That's why it was the first lithium battery chemistry.
Yeah.
The only reason industries don't use it is because the most societally popular lithium batteries are in mobile phones and cars, in which weight is a factor.
Right.
Since iron is part of lithium iron phosphate, it makes them heavier than, say, lithium polymer or lithium cobalt.
We don't move our house.
But it doesn't matter. And one of my battery banks that I have is actually a lithium cobalt nickel mixture.
The one in the cottage?
Yeah, the used ones.
Okay.
And they are lighter, but they didn't last any longer.
Right.
And
those were salvaged.
Those were salvaged from a ruined car.
Right.
And I've had them for years, but they didn't last more than 5 years, maybe 6. And they weight doesn't matter, and frankly, they're not that much lighter.
Yeah.
Like overall for the energy density. So, lithium iron phosphate, It's the way to go.
We're doubling our batteries. And if you want to see the batteries that we recommend, we're always keeping an eye on the prices, and we post what we think is the best deal with the best manufacturer on our off-grid gear page.
Yeah.
At offgridpretfamily.com.
Tri-fuel generator.
Yeah, we want to move over to the tri-fuel.
So in the latest economic uprisings, gasoline doubled, if not tripled in a lot of places.
Yeah.
Propane didn't.
Yeah.
Whisper.
Right. Maybe they've forgotten. Nobody's saying
Propane
anything.
didn't move. It went up like 0.2%. Like, I don't even think it kept up with regular inflation. Now, I have no idea what natural gas did.
Yeah, we don't have natural gas here.
A tri-fuel generator, theoretically, I haven't ripped into one yet, but I'm sure I could get it modified. Theoretically, it can run natural gas, propane. With that range of orifices in its carburetor, obviously it would have to be carbureted, not fuel injected. I know you don't understand this, honey, but that's okay.
Yeah.
A tri-fuel generator
Whatever you say, dear.
technically be able to run wood gas,
Yes.
which has a totally different burn ratio than regular fuels.
We have free power.
But then you have free
when there's
power.
no sun.
Yeah. So that's on the wish list is a tri-fuel generator, I guess, combined with the ability to process wood for wood gas.
Yes. Which, it's just a matter of time, not... Yeah.
Garage.
The next thing is a garage. We live in the cold, frozen north of Canada.
Freeze thaw.
A garage.
Oh my gosh.
Even just to hold the rototiller and the snow blowers and the shovels and all the things that are currently in my foyer.
Yeah.
Which should have coats and lockers and mittens and kid boots. A garage would be epic. And when you build with milled lumber and straw bales, it's not an expense issue. It's just a time issue.
It is. We had a lot of other projects to accomplish this year. We did. There was a point where we thought maybe we'll get the garage in, but it didn't.
And then you got a free sink. And it all fell apart.
It did. We have a nice kitchen now, though.
So my husband found a free sink. And then you needed...
I'm never on Facebook because it sucks.
But
I was on Marketplace.
Facebook for
like
Marketplace.
5 minutes. I was on Marketplace.
You were probably selling something. That's the only reason we have Facebook.
I don't know.
Literally, yes, we have a Facebook account. Do not message us on Facebook.
No.
We are never on there. The only stuff that posts there is the automatic stuff from Instagram.
Yeah.
Anyways.
I saw a free sink.
Really nice big white farmhouse sink.
Yeah. I went there. It was the guy had one of those new electric Mustangs, which if anybody's noticed anything, oh my God. Cue the Bob's Burgers. Oh my God. I can't even begin to just look it up. It's garbage.
We're not going to do that off grid. Continue.
No. He had all the toys in a nice house in a nice neighborhood in the city. And they got this sink, and it had a 1-inch crack in the one corner, and
like
they
an
put
inch
it
long,
like
not
an inch long.
wide.
No, hairline crack,
like
inch
not
long.
Functional crack.
But that was one of those things where I was like, God gave me a sink.
Yeah. So then we got new cabinets, used cabinets, but very nice
cabinets
from
the city that's even further away.
But it was from a kitchen that had never been used.
Yeah, it was this couple that didn't have any kids. They were in their, I don't know, late 50s.
Yeah. Older
than us. And they put this kitchen on. Actually, you know what they posted? They posted just the island.
Right, with the granite top.
Yeah. And it was $1,200. And we're like, hey, we've had that color combination, that exact, like that alder.
The white, and then the like cherry dark wood.
Yeah, the cherry dark cabinets with the black granite countertop. We thought, oh, that looks cool. So we drove out there and we took the little trailer and the car, and we met with this couple, and we just bonded. Like we had so many things in common and so many stories to share.
Yeah.
It was a lot of fun.
They have a very different life from us. And this kitchen, literally, it's so new that the stovetop, the gas stovetop, smelled like burning dust. See, because it had never been used before.
We didn't know what that smell was.
I was like, what is that? It's like a new hairdryer.
But you're skipping ahead. So we go out to pick up this island.
Right.
And yes, the cooktop. That was what they were selling for $1,200. So we get out there. By the time we're done, 3 hours later, and they had contractors in there putting in the new kitchen, we had loaded the trailer and the car with...
to the roof. Like
an entire kitchen. Basically, the guy said, if you want the whole thing, I think it ended up being $1,300 and some dollars.
Yeah.
and he helped us load it, and we just had a great time, and it was just another thing.
Really nice. When the interaction's nice, the people are nice,
Yeah.
and everybody's happy at the end of the deal. So then we had a new kitchen. So then if you're going to get a new kitchen, you better put down new flooring, because our old kitchen, we just threw in there at the last second.
And our old floor. So we put in our old kitchen, which was also a salvaged, used kitchen.
Yes.
Well, it was kind of used.
Yeah.
Anyway, but we were rushing to get the floor in, and then after we had lived in the house for one winter, and it was freezing, literally, like there was ice in the walls inside, there was also ice in the floor. And so it started...
Everything's just wet.
We had hand laid the concrete at, not a good enough ratio of cement to
we
sand.
could only afford so much cement.
We hand dug the clay out of the ground. So there was clay in it, which is not good for concrete, especially in a freezing climate. And so the frost started lifting up under our feet sections of concrete. And so we took the shovel and we peeled it all up, like the top pieces that had shattered off. And so the floor was on level.
We do know the proper way to build houses. Yeah. We just genuinely couldn't afford to do it any better.
No, and this is important, folks.
Sometimes you just got to get it done.
You just got to do what you got to do.
Yeah.
And anyway, so
it wrecked the cabinets.
They
were like
the cabinets
kind of like moldy in the backs.
Yeah,
they're just
particle board. And so the cabinets were rough. We actually floated the floor using a mixture of cement and water.
Yeah, because we couldn't afford the
literally floated
yeah.
with a wheelbarrow
and a broom.
And that just rushed up against the cabinets.
Can you wrap up your fun and not at all giving me flashbacks conversation after I talk quickly about 1 year of food?
Please.
If you go to amazon.com.ca.nz, wherever you decide to go, and you search for 1 year of food, you will find our food storage book that tells you exactly what you need to feed a large group for 1 full year, including the meals you can make, how many times you can make each meal. It's got breakfast, lunches, dinners, and a snack every single day, and how much to put in your pantry, and even how to grow the majority of it yourself. And I'm talking like fruits, vegetables, and livestock. It is on sale this week, $19.99, and it's also on Kindle if you want to check it out and look inside, and if you have Kindle Unlimited, it's free. So there you go. 1 year of food is by the Off-Grid Prep family, and it even has a matching ultimate planner if you want to get super organized for 2023. Okay, so continue the epic saga of the kitchen.
Saga.
Saga? Saga.
It's saga.
Sorry.
It's okay.
Public school.
So we'd floated the floor by dumping wheelbarrowfuls of Portland and water and smooshing it around with a broom. But of course, we were too cold and too tired to rip out the cabinets. So they got floated in place. And they were in the low spots. So
and then we put on used laminate that we also got for free.
We did. That was epic. It was the same city.
It was the same city.
And we showed up to get the laminate. It's a city
of generosity.
It is.
It's great.
And we got this laminate, and I think he had it advertised for like $500.
Yeah, no, he had it advertised for $100. But then when we got there, he just gave it to us.
Yeah,
which is awesome. We do that sometimes on Kijiji too.
Yeah, we try and do this much as
you just don't want to do free, because then you get 15 people saying, "Oh, I don't have a car. Can you deliver it?"
It's a really weird cultural thing.
You have to ask.
You have to ask something.
Yeah.
So anyway, we got this laminate. It did its time.
Oh yeah.
And
we got it down just before our 3-year-old started to crawl.
That's right. Yeah.
And now we've ripped it up just before our newborn has started to crawl.
Our newborn has started to crawl. Yeah. And
so we got new flooring, we got a new big giant fridge, which is great for the little kids, and we can easily run it off grid. I wasn't sure because it's gigantic.
Gigantic Samsung fridge.
But it's fine.
That was another amazing interaction. I love talking about these because it's like in this day of like people being more disconnected, I feel like through our own endeavors we're becoming more connected.
You know what? I was thinking about that, how you go online and you see all this negativity. It's all polarized, and people are right or left or woke or not or Christian or not. And then you go out into the real world, and as long as you're careful about where you go,
you gotta follow your instincts.
Yeah, where God leads you, and you go to the right places, and you like abandon things that just don't feel right. it's all great interactions lately.
great.
And when you
Yeah.
run into somebody who's not like wearing a mask in their car and doing something crazy, they like see a like mutual
There's a
person and they're
connection.
like, oh, this is awesome. We can actually like visit and talk about normal things. Like it's the 80s again. Like it's almost better.
It is. And there are many verses that talk about that in the Bible that I've only just begun to scratch the surface of, where, you know, you just have faith and
Yeah.
that supersedes all of, you know, the laws.
The
that
reasoning,
society-
yeah.
the reasoning.
Yeah.
And anyway, so we went to get this fridge in the completely opposite direction
Yeah.
of the kitchen. And it was a windy drive out, and we got the fridge, and it was this just
Beautiful fridge.
really beautiful fridge. Yeah, and the setting was nice, and the lady was nice. It was just after the hurricane,
Right.
and like, I mean, a couple of weeks after.
Yeah.
And the fridge was $1,000, and it was a $3,000 fridge,
At
whatever
least.
it was.
Yeah, I don't
but
even know.
we needed a fridge. We had this old white Frigidaire fridge.
It was really small, even for us.
It was small
When you're
for
dealing with like fresh milk and stuff,
Oh,
it was
yeah.
like, what am I going to leave on the counter?
yeah, you had to
Yeah,
pull stuff out.
you got to make choices.
Anyway, it worked
I need
out.
to make oxygen choices. I love that movie.
Yeah, it was good. So yeah, we got our kitchen in. We have to. We milled the countertops.
Yeah.
We got lumber from our friend who has a lumber mill, and we bought. We specified these like 2.5 inch thick because I thought a regular countertop's like 1.5 inches
Yeah.
thick. I thought let's go bold.
Yeah.
And then I bought a planer,
Uh-huh.
a DeWalt 13-inch DeWalt planer, and I ran these 2.5 inch boards under, and it just got them silky
It's
smooth.
beautiful. So it's like dark
We stained
butcher
them.
block sort of.
Yeah,
looking,
stained them really dark, and then varathaned a few coats and
Yeah.
filled them with wood filler, and it's just gorgeous. It was
Yeah.
a lot of effort, but
It's worthwhile.
yeah, it worked
If
out
you want to
really
see
well.
it, you can probably see it on Instagram and some little background shots. Maybe
Yeah.
we'll do a tour. I don't know.
But at the end of the day, we ended up with this kitchen that
It's epic.
technically cost us less than $2,000.
But it all started with this free sink.
Well, I guess
so
$3,000, but
well less than 3,000.
yeah.
Anyways,
I'd like to clean up the forest. That's one of my goals.
yeah. If you've been following us for any amount of time, you know that Hurricane Fiona kind of like took her heel and stomped our forest down.
She bitch slapped us.
Oh, now I don't want to put a rating on this. I'm sorry. That's your one.
Okay.
Okay.
Like, just
Oh, the whole island
the whole
looks
island.
terrible.
You go anywhere and just there's
Giant trees just
yeah.
leaning over with the roots upturned.
like 100-year-old plus trees just laying
Like
over.
just in our tiny little
Oh.
amount of land, like little 13-acre portion, we literally have thousands of giant trees leaning at a 45-degree angle
Yeah.
and caught up on other trees.
Yeah. So not only are they dead for sure, they're killing the trees they're on.
And there's no one who wants to, like, you can't even hire somebody.
Well, we can do a lot of logging ourselves, but we got other stuff to do this year.
To log 13 acres
Oh,
and
it's
clean
insane.
it up
Yeah, it's nuts.
bare and then replant it?
It took us 5 days just to get down the driveway.
Yeah. Yeah,
It was
I don't even...
insane.
So that's gross, but ideally, yes, forest cleanup.
Ooh.
Yes,
Sleep through the night.
that would be good. Anyone who
Our-
has a new baby.
Our youngest is living
10 months?
up to his name, and he is 10 months old, and he's just a fiery little...
I know.
Oh, I'm so proud, but I'm also so super sleepless.
I'm really glad. I know his assertiveness will come in handy
It
in
will.
the future, but
It
I wish
does.
he would be less assertive
Oh,
at 2 in the
man.
morning.
He's
Well, no,
so
NICU
much.
babies, right? Midnight, 3 and 6.
Yeah.
He is still on that schedule.
Midnight 3 and 6, yeah.
It's brutal.
Yeah, he's alive. We're
And
super
after-
thankful for the nurses
Yeah.
and the NICU and the amazing
Yeah.
doctor we had.
It was amazing.
Yeah.
Thank you for miracles, but
Mm-hmm.
it's been 18 years and I want to sleep through the night. I feel like everything else would go better if I could just
Sleep through the
sleep
night.
through the night.
Yeah.
So there's a goal that's not really an off-grid goal,
I don't
but
need a yacht.
no, I just
I need
want
to
8
sleep
hours of
through the
continuous
night.
sleep.
Even 7.
Sure. Okay, quickly get through ours because we've got a bunch more.
Okay.
Okay, to get through from Instagram and stuff. Okay, I want to, of course, increase our food storage. We did a quick pantry tour on YouTube the other day.
Yep.
I think it's also on Instagram if you want to go check it out. But always more food. Food is a better investment than the bank right now, so food.
Use money to buy food.
Yeah, exactly. I want to keep fostering those local community friends, accomplices, whatever you want to call them.
Sorry, I shouldn't have said that.
We need to get our vines trellised. That's off grid because that's our livelihood.
Vines are crazy.
Yeah, there's a section of our vineyard that's not trellised, and it needs to be soon. I'm going this year to do a more focused garden.
Yeah.
I am not going to try to grow organic cabbages again because there are other people who can grow them for a tenth of the price. Somehow, they say organically. So I'm not going to give up all that room.
No.
I'm going to do more melons, more cucumbers, maybe less tomato, more
Cabbages
focused.
take a lot of room.
So much room. Yeah. My last goal, I guess.
This one at the bottom here?
Oh, I was going to say I want us just to be happy, healthy, and together, which I guess we are, but I want to continue that.
I want to continue that too.
And I would like to increase.
We should get married and have kids.
I want to increase our freedom from
Complete
those
freedom.
broken systems.
Yeah.
The obligations, the behaviors, and that includes increasing our non-local dependent income. I want to do 100 more podcast episodes. We did 50 this year. We started in July. That's an average of 2 a week. I want to be more consistent, but 2 a week, that seems reasonable.
We're going to have to do more stuff to come up with more stories. I mean, I don't want to talk about nothing. I feel like other podcasts, particularly famous podcasts.
Let's just talk about a movie. I don't know. I want to have more consistent YouTube. If you have not yet subscribed to us on YouTube, we would really appreciate it because we're trying to get to 1,000 followers. And I'm figuring out YouTube because I figured out Instagram.
The irony being that YouTube is like the oldest.
Well, we had a
platform.
YouTube channel a very long time ago.
It was a long time ago.
Like back at the beginning of YouTube, we had a YouTube channel and the fans got a little creepy, and so we stopped with the YouTube channel.
Is that why?
And now I have to remember to flip my phone sideways, which used to be really natural to me until we started Instagram.
Right, you hold it vertically.
Anyways, YouTube, I want to do 2 episodes a week on there as well.
Wow.
And my goal is to do 100 more Amazon titles. And if you want to learn how to do Amazon paperback books, let me know and maybe I can help you out because I've really figured that little thing out too.
Nice.
Yeah. Oh, and paint the pool. Let's paint the pool.
Paint the pool.
Right now it's island red
So we built this pool.
with cement and island sand. Beach sand.
It's more of a lined pond.
It's a cement
It's
pond.
great because we
That's
had
Beverly Hillbillies.
no extra money to do it with.
Yeah.
And the year we built it, I had rented a skid steer, which I learned how to operate.
Ooh, did you hear that? That sounded awesome. That's homemade wine.
So we got this skid steer out, and I said, you know what? I think I can dig the pool. Because we had dug a hole beside our house. And
Like a 45 by 10 by 8 foot deep hole. Like a big hole.
by hand with a walk-behind rototiller.
With a rototiller and shovels.
And shovels.
And a pregnant wife.
And well, I mean, our oldest was
13.
helping me more towards the end.
He was
but
13.
yeah, you were in there, and that's how we built the first wing of our house, the first slab. He and I did the slab, but you helped with the footings.
I made it halfway, and then one day I said, I just can't anymore.
You did. That was like our last house that we built, too.
I just can't.
And it was beautiful, and you did so well. And we finished it, and it was a lot of work. Hold on, honey.
Just a minute, honey.
So yeah, we had this
Sorry. That was our
long
daughter.
hole. It's Jelly Bean.
Yeah, that's cute.
And it was dug by hand. We pulled the trees out by hand, the roots, everything. Because we had no money to do anything else. And we used this to build the first wing of our house. And we got it done. We had a roof over our heads, and sometimes you just got to do. I remember swinging a pickaxe until I thought I was going to throw up. Doesn't matter anymore because we got it done.
Yeah.
And anyway, we got this pool in, or this whatever hole in, and then we spent the first winter, and then the next year we had enough money saved up finally to rent a skid steer to do some actual leveling with a machine, and I drug the driveway. Remember, because the driveway was so muddy, it had all those ruts in it. We got the car stuck over and over again.
Huge stumps.
That poor Pathfinder. Oh, it went over so many stumps.
Terrible.
And it did well. It lived. Yeah. Anyway, I got the skid steer and we started pulling out stumps, and then I said, I think I can make the pool bigger.
Yeah.
And keep in mind, at this point, the pool that I'm talking of,
quote unquote
pool, is a hole in the ground about 40 feet long, 8 feet or 10 feet wide, or whatever, but it's caved in. There's weeds and roots hanging in it.
We have only sand.
It looks like a gigantic...
There's nothing to keep it upright. It's not like those cute... You know the guys with the...
No, we have sand. We have no stones. Like we
have no clay. The guys with the black shorts who like dig things with picks on YouTube, and it's so cathartic to watch. What's that called?
I don't know. The Filipino guys?
Yeah. No, our dirt does not do that.
It just falls.
It just falls.
So it looks like an open, abandoned mass grave.
Yeah.
Like it's the saddest looking hole.
Gross.
And so we realized we had to slope the pool. If we were going to have any success, we had to have sloped walls.
Yeah.
And make it bigger and all of this. And so we rented the skid steer, and I had finished the driveway work. And
we did the essential stuff.
Yeah. And then I still had a day left, or a couple days left. And I said, I think I can make the pool bigger. And they're like, I don't know. It's just a little machine. Like, you sure?
Yeah.
So I just started going at it. And you had mentioned that you wanted to do what's the kind
beach entrance.
Beach entrance.
For, like, babies and toddlers, right?
Yeah.
So it's, like, shallow, and then it gets deeper and deeper at, like, a little slope.
Yeah. So it's a beach entrance open pit mine here at this point. And so I just rammed this skid steer into the earth. And I just started digging.
What's the fastest car on earth?
What?
A rental car.
Nice. I was nice to it.
The toughest skid steer on earth is a rental skid steer.
I dug until I reached a pitch, like a slope, where when I lifted my bucket up with the dirt I had, excavated, I felt like I was going to tip forward.
Okay.
That's the slope
of the beach entrance.
Of the beach entrance.
Sure.
And I dug it out, and the first year, God, I feel like I could do a whole podcast just on the pool. The first year, I dug it out, and that was it. And then we concreted it, right?
Yeah, one quick coat.
One quick coat of concrete. The frost came, cracked it all to heck.
Yeah.
Just cracked the you-know-what out of it.
Yeah. By the way, this isn't, like, completely frivolous. It gets insanely hot here in summer.
Well, no. There was a hole in the ground.
B, there was a hole already. C, that's our water storage. So we have tanks in both wings now.
Yeah.
Like those totes.
Yeah.
If nobody's, I always forget that some people haven't listened from the beginning, but we have totes.
Is that ubiquitous when it's like ubiquitous? You just know? Yeah, it's like they're everywhere.
Okay, there's like 9 totes?
9. Yeah.
9 totes?
Yeah, we have 9 now.
But when those get too full, there's pipes that make it overflow into the pool.
Yeah.
And then when the pool fills up, that's 11,000 gallons?
Something
more
like that.
More or less.
Yeah.
And then it overflows into the garden.
Yeah.
So it's part of our water storage.
In the first 2 years in this house, we
use that pool water a lot.
We did, yeah. We ran out,
and then we're just using the Berkey.
Yeah, we chlorinate it, we treat it, and we flock it.
And if we're gonna use it to cook, or to drink, we run it through the Berkey.
Yeah, but the whole point of the pool was, there was a hole in the ground
because we were using the material,
and
I
wasn't gonna fill the hole in.
So for a straw bale house, you use it for the slab, but you also use it to stucco the inside and outsides of the walls.
And this is important.
It's a lot of stucco.
This is important. It's in combination with
mud.
Portland cement.
Please don't use mud.
Don't use poo.
Unless you live...
Oh my gosh.
in the
In the
medieval
desert?
times and in the desert where it never rains?
Simultaneously?
That's
Yeah.
disgusting.
Time travel and live in the desert
Okay.
where there's no snakes.
Then you can use
Maybe.
mud and poo.
Maybe. It's
Please.
terrible.
Be my guest.
So moving forward, we have this pool, and it's lovely, but there is maintenance.
Mm-hmm.
I put in a pumping system.
Yeah,
which
it like
is-
sucks it from the bottom.
Pool pumps use an enormous amount of electricity.
Yes, traditional pool pumps are insane.
So I put in a pipe with 2 inlets, which I had to patch
Yeah.
because the frost broke it the first year. It'll probably break it this year.
So there's 2 inlets in the bottom
Yeah, and it sucks in and it just runs through 1-inch black pipe.
with like little grate things. over
Yeah,
them.
I had to find metal mesh
Yeah.
screen. And oh no, you know what I did?
Used a colander.
I used an old colander and I cut it into circles and PL'd it in place.
a Dollarama colander.
Dollarama colander.
Okay.
Because I couldn't find the right
No, I
mesh.
know. Yeah.
And then I use a hydronic heating pump off of
Right.
Amazon.
Yeah.
And it's a bastard to prime. Sorry, I swore again.
Oh.
It's a nightmare to prime.
Okay.
Amazon Prime?
It takes 3 of us.
It takes 3 of us to prime the pool
Because 2
pump.
people have to hold the
things
the
down
inlet shut.
with their foot.
Yeah.
And then it goes.
And then it goes down the slide.
Yeah.
And that's what pumps the water and keeps
Yeah.
it from going sketchy.
But it only
and you
uses
can add a
nine-
little filter there. if
Yeah,
you need
but it
to.
only uses 90 watts.
Yes, and
Which
that's
it-
important.
I found that normal pool pumps use like 1,000 to 1,200 watts
That's
continuously.
twice what we use under normal circumstances without, say, washer, dishwasher, anything extra.
Yeah, under normal circumstances,
Under
we
normal
use like 500,
circumstances, we
600
live
watts.
500 or 600 watts all the time.
Yeah, but
So
just
that's
this-
insane.
That's insane. That's so insanely
Wow.
decadent. Yeah, that's wrong.
Okay.
So anyway, we got this pool in. We've had a lot of interesting trials with it, but it is
But
necessary.
we're really figuring it out.
Yeah, it does get up to 40 degrees Celsius here, which is and
Consistently,
98% humidity.
We're always between 90 and 100% humidity here
Yeah,
in the summer.
in the summer.
And usually in the winter too, frankly. We are right now.
It is, yeah.
So paint the pool. I want to paint it blue so that it's not island red.
Yeah,
I think that'd be really nice.
I like the island
But
red.
that's completely decadent. That's like
It is,
There's no
yeah.
reason for me to want that.
Well, no, there's going to be cracks in the
Right.
in next year in the
Yeah.
spring that we're going to have to either render them, but I would like to paint them with
Yeah.
a really nice paint.
Okay, I really want to fit in some of these 2023 goals
Definitely.
from our subscribers and listeners because some of them are
Mm-hmm.
really good. Jay Godfrey, finding a place for our homestead to start beyond just gardening. That's great.
Mhm.
Everybody's got to start.
Yeah.
It's a good place to do it.
I've been looking.
Just get the land.
There's still land out there.
There's
that's
still
affordable.
land,
Yeah.
especially if you have some skills
Mhm.
or, just the gumption to move somewhere where a lot of people don't want to move.
We felt like we were pretty handy people when we moved here, and it was shocking how unhandy we were. Like, we had done stuff. We
Mm-hmm.
had done renos and stuff.
We'd
But-
lived a pretty cushy life the last few years before we moved here, and maybe that led
It was
to
cushy in a different way. It was
Yeah.
it was wildly stressful.
Yeah, but you weren't like on the tools.
No,
or something, right?
no.
Yeah.
But what I'm getting at is, be prepared to really dig in.
It pushes you.
It does push you.
It does push
yeah,
you.
but you can do
We're
it.
starting a book this year,
Mm.
a novel, slightly fictionalized,
Mm-hmm.
about moving off grid, but mostly on our experiences. And it's a lot to take.
Mm.
It's a lot
It
to
is.
do. It's a lot to wrap your mind around. Every single day, like 1,000 problems, it can get to you.
Yeah.
And so you got to have that community or just gumption.
But you gotta build your pyramid. You do,
Mm-hmm.
and the first part of the pyramid, traditionally speaking, is built with slaves.
So
Societally,
you are
so
the slave. So
you
shelter,
are the slave.
water,
You get
food.
foundation.
then you're good.
Like, that's the hard stuff. If you can battle past that, it does
Yeah.
get easier.
It does get immensely easier once you get those 3 things done.
Yeah.
Okay, S Stratton 75.
Yeah.
Put my greenhouse up.
Yeah.
That's an epic Christmas gift. Congratulations.
Yeah, that's great.
Plant and can more. Build up our pantry.
Yep. Spot on.
Spot on.
It's great.
Oh, Solar Acres Farm. Oh, Solar Acres Fam. She's one of my Instagram friends.
Nice.
Okay. learn pressure canning, foraging, and more home remedies.
Those are
It's
good.
funny. She lives in California, but our climate's almost exactly the same.
Oh, that's funny. Yeah, I'd
It's
say
weird.
Northern California
we have like
would
the
be
same
similar.
weather.
Yeah.
She gets snow like as much as we do. Okay. Off-grid Farm Alberta said build more farm infrastructure.
Oh,
That's
yes.
tough.
It is
Fences and barns and
those are
chutes
tough.
and
Yeah, that's pretty far up the pyramid, and I applaud that. Yes,
That's amazing.
That's a great goal.
Okay, one prayerful mama. To grow in self-sufficiency, faith, knowledge, and skills. To be more intentional with money.
I love that.
Not mommy.
You know what I like about those wishes in particular is the purity.
Yeah.
When I have the chance to stop, bludgeoning my body about farm chores, and I get to sit and just be for a minute. That's what my goals turn into is faith, calm,
family, peace, joy, the fruits of the spirit.
Yeah,
we'll just focus on those.
Mm-hmm.
And if we don't have them, we'll ask ourselves why. Because you see some people and you're like, "Are you a believer?" Because I feel a lot of chaos and crazy. Do you want to take a step back for a minute?
Chaos and crazy.
So let's take the next day or two. Step back from the chaos and crazy.
Mm-hmm.
Remember that most of the people that you see in your life aren't crazy blue-haired nonsense people.
What's a blue hair? You mean like old
like
ladies at
with
church?
like pronouns and.
Wait, it used to be old ladies at church.
That's true. They did have blue hair.
Yeah.
When did they stop doing that? Now blue hairs are like, they have like the big earrings. Never mind.
No, I know the earrings.
You don't get out.
I'm well aware. I just choose not to acknowledge their presence.
I'm just saying, most people are decent and good that we interact with.
Yeah, they are.
Let's think about that.
Mm-hmm.
Foster those relationships.
Easily the silent majority.
Easily
the silent majority.
Yes. It's 2023.
What? When?
I know. I feel
Now?
like it's still 2019. Happy New Year's.
Happy New Year.
Thanks for listening.
Mm-hmm.
If you could share, subscribe, go visit us on YouTube. We would love all of those things. And most of all, if you have questions or you need help getting off grid or anything else, send us, an Instagram message, I'm assuming, because I'm not going to see it on Facebook and it's going to be buried in Gmail.
Yeah.
Okay.
Send us a message.
Yeah.
We're happy to help.
Oh, I'm sorry. We still have a quote of the day, which it's Matthew 6:33.
But seek ye first the kingdom of God and his righteousness, and all these things shall be added unto you.
All right. Thanks for listening, everybody.
Good night.
Good night.